Now, the second theorem in this section has to do with another way to prove triangles congruent. So now you can use angle, angle, side to prove that two triangles are congruent to each other. And this is the last way that we're going to learn about in this class for proving triangles congruent. Now you may be thinking, why are we learning about this now? Why didn't we learn about this before, back in chapter 3? Well, if you think about the no choice theorem, since we already have angle, side, angle as a way to prove triangles congruent, if we use the no choice theorem, we can get that third pair of angles congruent. Therefore, it would make sense that angle, angle, side would be another way to prove two triangles congruent. Now just be careful that you don't confuse this with angle, side, angle. You would have to have two angles next to each other congruent and then the side right after that congruent. So look at your tick marks very carefully when determining whether it's angle, angle, side or angle, side, angle. So take a look at these two examples and practice using this new theorem. I'd like you to try both of these examples on your own. You're going to need to use angle, angle, side to prove the triangle is congruent. And then when you're ready, you can press play to check your answers. So pause the video now. Okay, so hopefully these two proofs were fairly easy for you. These are easy examples of ways to use angle, angle, side. So in the first example, we were given angle A is congruent to angle D, and then AE is congruent to CD. And from there, I know I already have an angle and a side from the givens, and then I noticed that I had vertical angles, so I called those angle 1 and angle 2. And then I had enough information to prove the two triangles congruent by angle, angle, side. Notice the side is not between the two angles, so it should be angle, angle, side as opposed to angle, side, angle. And then what I was trying to prove is that segment EB is congruent to segment BC, and that would be by CPCTC since those are corresponding sides. Moving on to this next example, we're given circle O, and that angle W is congruent to angle V, and angle ORW is congruent to angle OSV. So I copied on that first given, and anytime I'm given a circle, I always look for radii. So I said that WO is congruent to OV because all radii of a circle are congruent. So if I go ahead and put tick marks on there, then I noticed that from the next two givens, I have enough information now to prove that the two triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side. Again, since the side is not between the angle, make sure you use angle, angle, side. And then the final reason RO is congruent to OS by CPCTC. So hopefully now you kind of have a better idea of when to use angle, angle, side to prove two triangles congruent.